Hi, I'm Vanessa with Sparkle You Health Coaching, and I love habit science. Not because I'm necessarily into science, but because until I put these methods into practice for myself, I struggled for many years with how to live the healthy lifestyle I desired. Now, having the life I want is so much less about struggle and more about ease. The first method I'm going to talk about is the Kaizen method. For me personally, this one has the most profound effect on me. In the past, I would have had super high expectations for myself and go hard after my lofty goals, only to backslide into my old patterns a week or two later. Then I would feel bad about myself and sometimes even do worse than before I tried to change my ways. Kaizen is all about making it so easy you can't refuse. If you break a new habit, instead of perhaps getting hard on yourself or pushing through, which tends to have a backlash, you back off one step. For instance, if you drink a couple cups of coffee a day and you cut back to 1 cup, and then after a week you're back to 2 cups, instead of berating yourself for giving up, you go to 1 cup of regular and 1 cup of decaf. And if that is still too hard, you go to half regular, half decaf for your second cup. And if that doesn't work, drink 3/4 of your second cup of coffee instead of the entire cup. Then you stay there for a while, and once that's in place, try for another small step to cut back a little bit further. And in this slide, I give examples of some even smaller moves as there is a habit that is really hard for you to change. You could journal about your vision for your new habit. You could write your new habit intention on Post-it notes around the house. Tell a friend the plan for your new habit. And even just spend time thinking about a habit each day. You may think to yourself, gee, I'm being a wimp. I'm just going to power through this. But you are not being a wimp. You are actually working more in line with how your brain works. Why make it a fight when it doesn't have to be? A lot of the time when it's a fight, there will be backlash and a habit will come back with a vengeance. And that backlash is resistance. Resistance shows up any time we want to make a change. Even though there is a part of us that wants more than anything to change, there's another part of our brain that wants everything to stay exactly how it is. And this part of us is extremely sneaky. It is so sneaky that we believe things that are absolutely not true. Your mind will tell you that you're not worthy. It will tell you you're not good enough. It will tell you you're not ready. It will tell you making the change won't matter. It will tell you you don't have the skills. It will tell you you don't have time. It will tell you you don't have the energy. Does any of this sound familiar to you? So when you hear those voices in your head, it's important to start to recognize that it is just resistance talking. It's not the truth. When you can identify the resistance, then it becomes impersonal. We don't get caught up in the emotions that can come up with the resistance, and then it becomes more like a fun game than a struggle. It may take some time to detach yourself from the self-minimizing thoughts, but once you do, life gets a lot more fun and habits become a lot easier to change. Here are 2 great books on resistance if you want to learn more. They help me tremendously. The Big Leap is leaning more to the business side, but is also very spiritual. The Art of Resistance is really good for yoga practitioners and artists. Both are extremely entertaining. Trigger Habit Reward is another method that works really well and can be used in conjunction with Kaizen. A trigger or cue is what begins the habit chain. For instance, you put your running shoes on. A habit or routine is what you want to have as part of your daily regimen, which in this case is running. You have to put your running shoes on if you're going to run. And the reward for running is the endorphin rush. Another example is if you want to add more greens into your diet, you bring a salad with you to work, which would be the trigger. Then eating the salad would be your healthy habit, and then feeling good in your body and your mind would be the reward. Sometimes how you feel after you do a positive habit is reward enough. And for other things, especially habits that are harder for you to implement, a bigger reward is necessary. A bigger reward could be a special lunch, a massage, or even a retreat. Keystone habit. A keystone habit is a habit that a bunch of other habits rely on. Just like a keystone in an arch supports all the other stones in the structure. For instance, brushing your teeth. First you brush your teeth, then you floss, then you wash your face, then you moisturize your face. If you didn't brush your teeth, all the other habits are more likely not to happen. Like Jenga, one key element goes away and your habit sequence comes crashing down. This is something that most people already put in practice and can be taken a lot further if you start to identify what your keystone habits are and then slide other new habits in or around that keystone habit. For instance, one of my keystone habits is meditation. So when I wanted to add in a breath practice, I knew that it would be smartest to add it around my meditation practice since that is already a strongly established habit. Lastly, I'm going to talk about having an accountability partner. It's not a method per se, but it really helps. Having an accountability partner that you can share your habit goals, accomplishments, and struggles with helps you stay on track. Your partner could be your spouse, a friend, a family member, or even just someone else who has similar goals. It is nice to be able to meet with someone in person, but not at all necessary. Checking in with somebody could be as simple as sending a text or a quick email each day or even a couple times a week. Change just doesn't happen in a vacuum, so having the support of another is really huge. And remember, there's never really a finish line. Cultivating the lifestyle you want is a lifelong art. Continually refining the way you live your life is a fun and even edgy way to live because it keeps you on your toes and invites you to expand on how you identify yourself as a person. If you would like more help on how to integrate your habits into your life, sign up for a free consultation today at sparkleyoucoaching.com, or you can email me at vsalzer26@gmail.com. Thank you.